I want to talk about spring games for a second because I got a real problem with spring games in that they're not games anymore. And I just wonder how long we continue this charade. I grew up in Knoxville. Going to a spring game was something you did because our family at a particular time didn't have a ton of money. We were able to afford that. And it was special. And I think they even had a fan day. Jimmy might correct me on that, where that
You
made
did.
yeah, they had a fan day where you could meet the players. It was
Sign
really
autographs. Yep.
yeah, and just they have absolutely torn that anew. And I'm not ripping Tennessee. I'm just ripping college football in general. I don't know that it's fixable. I just throw it out to you, Jimmy. How would you fix a spring game?
I don't think you can. Coaches do not want to have a true spring game because they don't want to have people injured. When I go to a spring game, I watch to see individual players. I watch to see if a wide receiver can run a route, catch a football, or get open. I watch to see if a cornerback's got good hips. I watch to see an edge rusher. How quick is he off the ball? That's what I look at when I go to spring games. I could give a rat about whether the white beats the orange or the orange beats the white. I know people bet on that kind of stuff. I don't care. I go to look, and mostly I'm looking at new players. So, and I was wrong about this, but I looked at Chris Brazel and I thought, boy, that guy's going to make an impact. He got open. He caught the ball. He was open deep. Man, let's see what he can do. Well, he didn't do much. So, but I do go and look for that. I look for individuals, skill level, their performance, and that's it. But I wish they would get back to the days of like a fan day. But now you're going to have to pay these athletes to do that. They're not going to sign an autograph for free. Right?
Yeah, they're not. And they're probably not going to show up and play for free because you're not going to include that in the contract.
Well, that's part of practice.
I guess.
Yeah. You can't. No.
Okay.
Now I wouldn't go that far.
Let me throw a couple of things at you, and I want to find out if you're hot or cold on this. And it's brought to you by City Heating and Air Conditioning, 50 years in East Tennessee. That's cityheatandair.com. So, are you hot or cold on the concept of doing more like a skills challenge where players are less likely to get hurt and coaches don't worry about showing any of their super secretive scheme that only they know?
I'm cold on that. I'm not. I saw some of the skill challenges that they ran where some quarterback was trying to throw it in a bucket or some kicker was trying to kick it and hit an upright. Those things don't appeal to me. I just soon watch somebody try to make a half-court shot and win $15,000. Those don't appeal to me.
It doesn't do a lot for me either. Caleb?
Yeah, I'm cold on it too. And the last skills challenge I remember that Tennessee ran was Butch Jones's last spring game in 2017. How'd that season go?
That was the Peyton Manning rollout thing, wasn't it?
It showed that they didn't have skill, Caleb.
Okay, that's true.
Okay.
Well played.
Hot or cold on this, Jimmy? Tennessee should schedule, or all schools should schedule, a team that they would regularly never play. I know they played Virginia Tech, but there is a little bit of a rivalry there in the Tri-Cities, or North Carolina, and they actually have a scrimmage. Hot or cold? You like that idea?
Yeah, I would prefer that in the spring. I would like to see that. Now, they're not going to agree to it because there's the risk of injury. I understand. But from a fan's perspective, would I like to see that? Yes. If indeed they're going to play everybody. You know, I don't want them to go out there and watch a bunch of second, third stringers, a bunch of walk-ons play. So if they go out there and play and they give some effort, yes, I would like that. I'd be hot on that.
All right, Caleb, hot or cold?
The only reason I'm cold on that is I'd rather see that actually be played the first weekend of the regular season, which I don't know is going to happen now because of how the College Football Playoff Selection Committee behaved this past year. But I'd rather I thought about this recently. I just wanted to float this to you guys real quick. What if, like, at the start of every year, the first game every year was NFL scouts did mock draft, there was an official NFL scouts mock draft before the year. And the two teams with the most projected first round picks had to play each other the first weekend. Like, how epic. The reason I bring something up like that up is, like, You guys both remember the 19. I've heard about it. Jimmy, you covered it. Dave, you were young, but I think you followed it. The 1990 Tennessee Notre Dame game.
Jimmy, that's what he did. He just aged us.
Well, no, I mean, like the one game that I regret being too young for is the 1990 Tennessee Notre Dame game, which Andy Kelly lost with the late interception. But my understanding is that to this day stopped the college football world because of all the NFL talent that scouts wanted to see in the stadium that day.
It was a terrific football game. So was the next year, the Miracle at South Bend. But that was a fantastic game. Rocket Ishmael turned the corner, and he was a rocket when he did so. There was outstanding talent from Tennessee and for Notre Dame. And what you're talking about with Andy Kelly threw an end zone interception late in that game. That was a great game at Neyland Stadium with a ton of talent. You know, I'm all for that, and I don't know that you necessarily have to go with NFL scouts saying the teams with the most draft pick. I think. And I know it didn't turn out well, but I appreciated the fact that Florida played Miami early. I appreciate the fact that Georgia played Clemson early. I appreciate the fact that Texas went to Michigan and played them early in the season. And I know Wisconsin didn't end up that good, but at the time Alabama scheduled Wisconsin was a Big Ten contender. So I like those kinds of games. And now, would I prefer that to a spring game? Absolutely, I would prefer that. I didn't know that was one of my options.
Actually, it's funny you bring that game up, Caleb, because my stepdad Joe took me to that game, and I remember being in the end zone, and usually you don't want to be in the end zone, you want to be off to the side, but seeing Rocket hit that corner, and the whole time I thought to myself, he's not going to make it, he's not going to make it, he may make it, oh, he's going to make it, he's gone. And it was just like there was no way speed-wise he could get to the corner, but he did. It was bizarre. Hutter Cold brought to you by City Heating and Air Conditioning. I've got one last question I want to ask Jimmy about the spring game, and we'll do that after a brief message from City Heating and Air.
Hi, Mike Davis here with City Heating and Air, reminding you to always dare to compare. Our team provides quality local heating and air service, installation, and maintenance across East Tennessee. We use only the best equipment like American Standard heating and air conditioning for your residential, new construction, or commercial needs. Honesty, dependability, and customer satisfaction have been the cornerstones of our business since 1961. City Heat and Air. There's your best.
Jimmy, I believe I know where you stand on this. Charging for what they call a spring game, even 50 cents is too much, in my opinion.
I'm not a big fan of charging for it. However, you're going to have to pay these student athletes, and I think Tennessee and other schools are going to do anything they can to generate revenue to help offset the money they're going to pay student athletes. So I'm not opposed to it anymore.
Okay, so
I used to be, but not now.
Okay, fair enough. Jimmy, fantastic appearance as always. We love having you on board. Brought to you in part by our friends at National Fitness Center, where you can watch Jimmy beat me at racquetball anytime he feels like it, because he can do it.
Hey, well, here's the thing. Instead of going to a spring game, you can watch me play you in racquetball.
Right. This is going to turn into a challenge, and I'm going to get embarrassed like when I bench press Caleb's weight. What was it, 15 times, Caleb?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, Jimmy, have a blessed day. We appreciate you more than you know.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Caleb. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks, buddy.